Upcoming.
Happy New Year, everyone, and welcome to the upcoming video games of January 2018. This is gonna be a very chill video because there's not a lot of games to talk about, but I'll say that one of my most anticipated games of 2018 is actually coming out already, so I'm pretty excited about that. Well, let's dive straight into it with Celeste, which comes out sometime in January, no confirmed release day yet. But this game comes from the developers of Towerfall, but instead of making a couch competitive game, they went single player with this one and made an arcade platformer. It's a game about climbing a mountain by overcoming these platformer levels that are supposed to be kinda tough, as the game itself is inspired in the Super Nintendo era platformers, which were definitely not easy, and that's the kind of game they're trying to make here. On January 11th, The Escapist 2 is coming to the Nintendo Switch. It's been getting alright reviews on PC, PlayStation 4, and Xbox One, where you can play this game already. January 16th brings us Street Fighter V Arcade Edition, which is, as usual, the upgraded version of the base Street Fighter game. This one will actually be a free update for those who already own the original Street Fighter V, and it will feature all the original fighters, including the 12 DLC characters, a new arcade mode, and other new game modes such as Extra Battle Mode, which features time-exclusive challenges that you beat in order to unlock new costumes. Some of the core mechanics are also getting tweaked, with some character moves changing properties, as well as straight up new gameplay mechanics like being able to select V-triggers and other quality of life stuff. On the 18th, Asia is getting Gintama Rumble, and although it doesn't look like the game's coming out here in the West for now, the Asian release does have English subtitles, so you could theoretically play this game if you have an Asian account on PlayStation Network. If not, just create one in Singapore, Malaysia, Thailand, or another country from that region. Just don't buy the Japanese version because that one might not have the subtitles. But talking about a game, Gintama Rumble is a Warriors game based off the Gintama anime, which is a very long-running series that has some action and a lot of comedy. Now, the game does seem to favor the action parts a bit more, and for fans of the anime or fans of the Musou genre, here's something for you in January. On the 19th, there's a Digimon game coming out, and I've just noticed that there's a lot of anime this month. This one's a sequel to Cyber Sleuth, which came out in 2015. It's an RPG where you play as a dude who tames Digimon, and then you make a team of 3 and battle other Digimon. There are 320 characters total, and yeah, it's Digimon. I don't know what else to say. On the same day, Nintendo refuses to let the 3DS die and releases a new Kirby game, Kirby Battle Royale. 100 Kirbys drop from an airplane with parachutes into an island, and the last one alive wins, like PUBG. No, it's got nothing to do with that. It's just a top-down brawler, where a bunch of Kirbys fight each other and have minigames and stuff. Okay. On the 23rd, we get Lost Sphere from the Square Enix studio Tokyo RPG Factory, who made I Am Setsuna, and just like their previous game, this is an old-school JRPG looking to emulate that style from the 90s, while bringing some new modern features to it. The setting has something to do with a mysterious white fog which is slowly destroying a town, so the heroes have to figure out a way to get rid of it. On the same day, we get The Impatient from Supermassive Games, the guys who made Until Dawn. This is also a horror game, but this time it's a bit more psychological. You play from a first-person perspective and you control a patient who is suffering amnesia, and you play in an asylum, so that doesn't sound very original. But this game is coming to PlayStation VR, and the NPCs can actually react to your character via voice recognition. And this being a game from Supermassive, choice is gonna be a huge factor that determines the story that you get in the end. On the 26th, we have the most anticipated fighting game of the year. Dragon Ball FighterZ brings Dragon Ball and Arc System Works together. It's like a match made in heaven, guys. It's a 2D team fighting game where you choose 3 characters and fight another 3 characters with very fast gameplay, and the current roster has some very unique movesets, even though at first glance they might look kinda similar. Visually, this game is one of the most impressive things I have ever seen, and the gameplay is incredibly fun. I've already played hours of this game, between events and closed betas, and I absolutely love it. The final game will come with a story and an arcade mode, which I haven't checked out yet, but the core fighting system is legit good. I can't wait to put my hands on it again. The only downside to this game coming out on the 26th is that on that same day, Monster Hunter World is coming out, and I'd like to give that game a shot. I'm not a fan of Monster Hunter in general, but this one has enough tweaks and quality of life improvements that I want to give it a chance. It looks phenomenal, like visually the game is very, very beautiful. The series is finally back on the big boy console, so I don't have to play this game on the 3DS. And coming out of the beta that they held late last year, people seem to be in love. Now, if you're not familiar with Monster Hunter, this is a game where you hunt big monsters and you get their parts to craft better weapons and armor, so you can hunt even bigger monsters. That's the basic loop, and if you're into the idea, this one sounds very, very promising. And if Dragon Ball FighterZ isn't enough for you, on January 30th, you have another 3-on-3 anime fighting game. This is actually a 3D arena brawler that uses characters from all Final Fantasy games. It's the Cydia Final Fantasy NT. This one has redesigned the battle system from the ground up, so if you're coming from one of the previous Dissidia games, you might need to adjust some stuff. I mean, even the focus on 3-on-3 combat with players being able to switch the character they actively control is something new and pretty significant, and I might actually give this one a shot as well. And those are the January games. I told you there wasn't a lot, but oh man, am I hyped for Dragon Ball FighterZ. As usual, let me know in the comments which games you are looking forward to this month, and as always, thank you very much for watching. My name is Globku, and I'll see you next time. Boy.